Probably just an executable with a certain font. Maybe. I don't really know how all that works. It's probably a bot that does it. I guess, but the problem, I think the main problem might be actually getting that executable over to my overlay, because I guess, yeah, now that I think about it, maybe there is some kind of program or code that does that, that can do that kind of, animation for the text. But it might be a problem actually getting that executable to work with my overlay, because again, like I said, the overlays, are linked to some external website. So if that website does not support custom executables like that, then I don't know, I might be at a loss, you know? But now that I think about it, you're probably right. Probably just some kind of thing I can download or create that just does that. Alright, so if we're gonna run a tack shooter like we do usually with half cash, it might be best to put it right here. So we don't have to wait so long for it to start popping stuff. Because, once we buy it, we have to buy the upgrades as well. The upgrades can't really, or without the upgrades, it can't really reach the track unless you put it like right up against it, which is not really what we want. I think this is fine though. It's gonna have to rely that this can take care of the leads when they come out. And maybe at some point I'll actually change what's going on the screen, maybe to be a bit more customized to how the channel looks, or the vibe of the channel or something. I could maybe start playing custom music, like royalty-free music or something, or I could have like a purple animated background, or not a background, but like a border around the stream, just to make it interesting to look at. I personally like streams where it's just the game in somebody's face, but I understand when people when you see like a recent subscriber tab, or like I don't know, like a little animation in the corner that says like follow me or something like that. You know what I mean? I personally just like the game in the person's face though, if I'm honest. Yeah, me too. Thank you though. This is working out just fine so far. We're gonna want hot shots around 28, I believe it is. And we're gonna save up for Etienne after that. I think I should probably think of something to do for YouTube, though. Because, I mean, YouTube is all fine and, you know, it's all clean over there, but all the videos are really just stream episodes cut up and put up on YouTube. Pretty sure I've talked about this probably more than once at this point, but again, the idea for the channel was to just be a Twitch channel, and then the YouTube was meant to be for people who miss the streams, who still want to watch. So it's not really like a YouTube channel or anything, but at this point, I feel like it might be good to start uploading unique content to YouTube, maybe, or to add some kind of, I don't know, to add some kind of something for YouTube viewers. There's not a whole lot I can do on YouTube, though, besides just making original content. Pretty much anything on YouTube that I could do in terms of like subscribers or like memberships or something like that, it would basically be the same as Twitch. I'd kind of rather would just do that on Twitch than YouTube. I don't know, I'll think about it, see what I can do.
Eyes on that exit.
Let's go and get a bomb tower. Mob.
Eyes on that exit.
Etienne's a bit of a weaker hero for half cash, I'm realizing. Maybe we can get a druid? I think a druid would be pretty solid.
C'est la guerre. Yeah. Tracking MOAB.
Alright, yeah, let's try to be a bit, at least a little careful here. With Etienne's ability, we can cover some ground for sure, but we just have to be careful when to activate it. You know, I guess I could always just merge my two different YouTube channels. I've talked about this before as well, but I created one channel for gaming, which is for this one. Same theme and everything. And it's just stream clips, like I was saying, stream episodes. For people who missed them. But I do have a YouTube, or a music YouTube, which I have not done anything with yet, but I was planning, again, to do actual video essays for that channel. So that was going to be, you know, my actual YouTube channel while I do this on the side. I guess I could always just combine them, you know, game on Twitch and then just upload video essays on YouTube, and maybe occasionally upload gaming stuff to YouTube as well. kind of a double content channel there. I guess could, you know, could work.
Tracking MOAV.
Again, I'll have to think about it. A lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff moving around right now. I don't know, a lot of stuff to think about. No more paragons to unlock. Yeah, we do have a good amount of them actually, but half cash kind of requires that I at least start the game a certain way. I guess I could have just used a sub for the rest of the run, but I kind of forgot. To be honest. Yeah, the next one we're working on is the sub. The just all the military ones really. The sub, the Buccaneer, and the Ace. And then I'm pretty sure we still have both of the magic ones to unlock and both of the supports to unlock as well. So we do have most of them to unlock.
Tracking BFB.
Which does mean, for anyone keeping track, it does mean we can start to attempt the bosses at some point. Because I know the harder bosses, especially at the elite levels, kind of require paragons to beat. Sooner or later, we're going to be able to try to figure that out and try out different strategies for that. Probably do some multiplayer for that as well. I've been holding off because I kind of want the paragons in order to actually beat the boss. So we're getting there.
Tracking MOAV. How it's done. Tracking BFB.
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to talk about this at all, but I think yesterday marked my last day of my third month of streaming. So, I believe, if I've done my math correctly, today is the beginning of month 4, which is pretty exciting. Not for any particular reason. I'm not, like, getting a contract that says if I stream for 3 months, then I get paid for it or something like that. But mostly for personal reasons. I've touched on it before, but it's been hard for me to keep a job for the last few months. For the past year, really. For the past year, it's been pretty tough for me to keep a job. And, you know, usually with any kind of permanent position, usually there's some kind of probationary period of either like 60 days or 90 days before you start to actually get the full benefits of the job. And like PTO and like flexible schedule, you know, all that good stuff. So, I think it's kind of notable that I've been doing this for about 90 days now. Because if you think about it, it's kind of a probationary period that I'm out of now. Again, it's just for personal reasons. I'm not actually on a probationary period, but I kind of like to think about it that way. And now, I don't know, it's just kind of gravy now. Now I know that I can actually stick to this and actually, you know, be on time every day, which is pretty nice. So that's kind of a cool moment for me. I think technically I hit 90 days, like actually 90 days at the end of this week. So I really have to finish out this week if I want to truly say that, but I don't know, 12 months or 12 weeks to me equals 3 months, so same difference really. Third of the year. Yeah, pretty much. You can also think about it like that. I remember when I started my other jobs, I thought it was kind of crazy that the probation period was 90 days, because that is like a quarter of the year, quarter or third of the year, basically. So I kept thinking to myself, like, how do they expect me to show up on time every single day with no absences at all for a whole quarter of the year? Like, that's a good chunk of my life right now. Like, I understand you want me to be responsible and all that, but like, that's a lot of time. But now that I've done this, I kind of get it. I think with my other jobs, it was just harder for me to actually, you know, get to work and stay at work for those 90 days because of the commutes or like the conditions of the job or whatever. Or whatever excuses I can come up with. Alright, so there is Tinkerton. It's our 5th black border. You're nearly done with the first page of the beginner maps, which is pretty exciting. I think we could honestly stand to move on to a harder map, just to move on from all these beginner maps, because we do have a lot of them to get through. We have, let's see, 6, 12, 18. Yeah, we've got 18 plus tree stump, which is, I guess, 19. So that is quite a lot. So yeah, we might just move on to one of the harder maps at some point just to try it. See what achievements we can work on though, if we can work on any. We do still need to beat round 100 in deflation, which I'm sure is possible. I mean, it must be possible, but seems pretty tricky with only like $10,000. 10 games in half cash, we'll get that eventually. 106 monkey points, we'll get that eventually. Secret achievement, secret achievement. Looks like we're progressing through them though, pretty nicely, so I'm assuming we'll get those eventually. We'll get the BFB eventually, we'll get the 12 Odysseys eventually. I'm gonna get the 50,000 in co-op off stream during the challenges. Oh, Dartling Gunners, we should be working towards this one actually. I keep forgetting about this one. We work towards this one. We'll have this one eventually. We'll have these eventually. We'll have the purples eventually. Yeah, pretty much all of these it's just a matter of time as we play the game. Yeah, okay, so the only ones we really can work towards right now is use powers 100 times and pop a million balloons with Dartling Gunners. It's pretty doable. But we'll go ahead and work towards those. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, 90-day probation. Yeah. told myself when I started streaming, I told myself if I can't even stream every day for 90 days, or not every day, but you know, every scheduled day for 90 days, and upload on time and all that stuff, then something's got to be wrong with my like executive function or something. Something ain't right. But I was able to do it, so at least I've got some kind of work ethic in me, right? Why not try Ravine? Which one is Ravine? Let me take a look. Ravine. Oh. Nah, you trying to get me right now. I've heard about this map on Chimps. You try to set me up. I can maybe get like up to Chimps. Or like Impoppable maybe. Y'all try to set me up though. I've heard about this map. This is like infamous for being impossible on Chimps almost. I can definitely try it though, on easier difficulties at least. What about Dark Dungeons? Look, we're doing Ravine, okay? We're gonna do Ravine. See, we can put you. Oh, that's perfect right there. Oh, this is probably a good map for Juggernaut, isn't it?
Eyes on that exit. C'est la guerre.
Yeah, look at that.
Oui. Eyes on that exit.
Alright, this isn't looking that hot already. Thinking we just get Ricochet and then hold out for global camo.
Eyes on that exit.
Then we should be covered for the rest of the game, I think. Maybe get a bomb tower for the mob. That's kind of it.
Eyes on that exit.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about all this stuff regarding my stream and channel and all that stuff, I've kind of realized I never post on social media because there's no one to post to, really. I created all these accounts on like Twitter and Instagram to get you know, announcements out to people, or to just post about my life. People want to see that kind of stuff. But I've been sitting on the accounts because I wanted to, you know, reserve my name so it didn't get taken, you know, in the future. But I just never have been posting on them because there's no one to really post to. I should probably just start posting anyways, because why not? Probably be fun to do that.
Eyes on that exit.
Alright. So now, if anything, get some tack shooters on either side here, probably. Or some bomb towers or something. Looks like the mobe's probably going to come down this side, because this is where the even rounds are coming down. So we should probably look for that. Or, you know, prepare for that, I should say.
C'est la guerre.
This better be fire.
Oui.
Maybe I'm sleeping on primary monkeys. I didn't realize Boomerang and Dart Monkey would be this strong on an expert map, but here we are.
Oui.
Ah, we got it.
Tracking.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I'll call this black bordering Ravine, I guess.